At Lake Ouachita State Park, a really neat trail to take is the Caddo Bend Trail. Now, as of April of 2011, it's taken on an entirely different look due to a tornado at that time. But from the bad came the good, and that's unprecedented scenic views of the lake. And joining us on the hike is Park Ranger James Wilborn. This 4-mile loop trail is rated moderate to strenuous, and you should allow at least half a day for a leisurely hike. This area here, I guess you call it the boulder area?
Correct. These boulders are a popular stop along the trail. They're about a half a mile in, and they're typical of the sandstone that you find here throughout the Ouachitas, but this nice boulder outcropping has been a real popular place for people to take their first break along the trail.
After the April 2011 tornado uprooted thousands of trees, the Caddo Bend Trail was closed for almost a year for cleanup and repairs.
Well, the AmeriCorps teams, which are a federally funded program of young people, groups of about 10 or 12 come into the parks and they do community service, disaster relief and so on. And we had two teams that worked on this project for about 4 months. Chainsawing and clearing debris and working on the tread of the trail, really improving it quite a bit.
Well, as we've seen, I mean, it's actually, you know, for all practical purposes, it has become a brand new trail because of all the vistas of the lake now.
Correct. That was one of the benefits of the tornado, was that we have these wonderful vistas, particularly on this south slope of the trail, and you get some spectacular views that you just didn't get before. I mean, the trail was close to the water and you got some really good views, but now the views are just spectacular. So we're real pleased with the way the trail has turned out, and the fact that we've got new tread along the south side is wonderful. Easy walk, lots of fun for families and people to enjoy.
And it's amazing that observation deck remains standing after all this timber has been, you know, blown over.
Correct, and that observation deck has been there, you know, from the beginning, and now the views, though, too, from it are spectacular. The observation deck is all the way out, about 2 miles out on the peninsula, and it covers the entire western end of the lake from there. So lots of people enjoy hiking this section to view that area.
Lake Ouachita is Arkansas's largest lake. The name Ouachita originates from the Native American Ouachita, which means good hunting grounds. Lake Ouachita's huge size, 40,000 acres, plus pristine, untouched shoreline and numerous islands, offer breathtaking scenery that is unparalleled in the state.
Yeah, well, I've been to Ouachita State Park once before. That day it was miserable, just high heat, high humidity. We did not hike this trail because it was closed off due to the tornado. But the trail we did hike, you know, I thought it was beautiful. It was much deeper into the woods. And at one point it broke out and you can see the whole lake, which I've been to Italy before, and I remember, you know, hiking along the Mediterranean, so it reminded me of that. And so it just brought back a lot of good memories. But you know, hiking today, it's definitely a unique trail to hike with all the destruction around here. It's not something I'm used to seeing when, you know, you're out on an outdoor hike. But yeah, it's gorgeous. It's great scenery, definitely very iconic of Arkansas.
Yeah, out of the bad came the good as far as opening up some of the areas for the scenic vistas.
Right, you're at even, and hopefully, you know, one day in the future, all this can sort of create something new, like something we haven't seen before, just sort of a different experience for Ouachita State Park.
Elizabeth, what are your thoughts?
I've never been to this park, and I love hiking, so I feel like a lot of the time in Arkansas, the trees are really big and I love the pine trees, but it makes it to where the views are really hard and to see. So I really like this. Really like it. We just had a picnic and perfect view of the water. So destruction, but it's still really pretty.
You can definitely see the lake now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lake Ouachita's superb water quality and undeveloped shorelines make way for unique aquatic life, such as freshwater jellyfish. Because of the remarkable wildlife habitat of this area, you may also find signs of deer, beaver, fox, coyote, armadillo, bobcat, wild turkey, and eagles, depending on what time of the year you visit. Lake Ouachita and the Ouachita Mountains offer some of the most unique geological formations in the world, including an abundance of quartz. Since these mountains are protected by the U.S. Forest Service and managed for multiple uses, you can do your part by practicing the Leave No Trace ethic. A self-guided Caddo Bend Trail brochure can be picked up at the Visitor Center. West Northwest. Now that may sound like an old John Wayne Western, but actually it's the West Northwest Scenic Byway, southeast of Fort Smith, comprising of a couple to three different routes and traversing mainly through the Ouachita National Forest. The West Northwest Scenic Byway is actually made up of a series of highways which include Highway 10 from Ola to the Oklahoma state line, Highway 71 from Fort Smith to Mena, Highway 23 from Highway 71 to the Logan County line, and Highway 96 from Highway 71 to Hartford. With 261 miles of combined byway, you can opt to explore the entire route, making it a full day, or just half of the route if an entire day isn't possible. This byway tour will take you through mountain landscapes, valleys, lakes such as Blue Mountain Lake south of Highway 10 near Waveland. Also, many outstanding panoramic views through the Arkansas River Valley and the Ouachita Mountains. One of the highlights of the West Northwest Scenic Byway is actually in the Ozark National Forest north of Highway 10 near Havana. At 2,753 feet, Mount Magazine is Arkansas's highest peak and has long lured explorers, extreme adventure enthusiasts, nature lovers, and vacationers. It also provides habitats for more than 90 species of butterflies, including the Diana fritillary, Arkansas's state butterfly. So if you'd like to unwind and forget about the everyday worries of the workaday world, take a drive along the West Northwest Scenic Byway and explore the beauty of the back roads of Arkansas. And for more on this scenic byway plus 10 others, the Arkansas Scenic Byways pamphlet is available through the Arkansas Highway and Transportation Department or by going to arkansashighways.com.
Yeah, it's beautiful country here.
We met up with Brian Empfinger, a storm chaser from Ozark who also happens to be a waterfall discoverer and explorer. On this day, Brian was eager to take us to two waterfalls he recently discovered and named in the Ozark National Forest near Cass along the Mulberry River region. Our first trek is about a 2.2-mile round trip to Sentinel Rock Falls, which involves medium-type bushwhacking after you get off an old Jeep road. But don't worry, you won't need your machete. Along the way, we came upon two smaller waterfalls that are worthwhile to stop, take a break, and observe. To get to where this hike begins, from Cass, go east on Highway 215 past the Redding National Forest campground about a mile and turn right on Forest Road 1504, which is also called Low Bridge Road. Go 2.4 miles and park at the intersection where an old Jeep road veers off to the east. Hike 9/10 of a mile on this road until you come to a creek. Follow that creek downstream and you'll come to the top of Sentinel Rock Falls. There is a way down through the bluff line to get to the base of the falls along the right-hand side past another waterfall. Sentinel Rock is a spectacular 52-foot-tall, two-tier waterfall that Brian named after the lone rock in the pool below. I had to ask Brian how he went from storm chasing to waterfall exploring.
It all started really with Tim Ernst's Arkansas Waterfall Guidebook. And first I went to all of his waterfalls, or a good number of his waterfalls, and I just decided to check out some of the area around me. I knew that some people had, there's a couple of guys that I knew who had found some waterfalls, and I'd originally thought that all the waterfalls in Arkansas were probably in Tim Ernst's guidebook. It didn't even dawn on me that there were others out there that weren't in that. I figured that was all the major ones. So I started looking, and I found a nice 40-foot waterfall, only 2 miles from where I lived. And it was on a pretty solid bluff line. And so it kind of dawned on me might be a good idea to go to wherever that bluff line intersects a stream. So I did that, and for a few weeks I was finding just waterfall after waterfall after waterfall, and pretty significant ones for Arkansas, 40, 50 feet. And it just continued from there. I've kind of lost count with how many waterfalls I've actually got at this point. Significant, 30 footers, it's got to be 50 at 60 at least. It could be way more than that. As far as, nice ones that would, that anybody would like to go, I mean, it's in the several hundred, no doubt about it. I hardly even keep track of the smaller waterfalls anymore, because mainly it's the neater ones, or if they're interesting and small, that's good. As far as the different things, nearly every time I go hiking, even if I don't find a really nice waterfall, there's something out there. Whether it's an animal, a bear, I've had a few of those, deer, snakes, and a lot of times even just overlooks. A lot of the areas where I'm at, it's along a bluff line. And so there's so many great overlooks that I found over the Arkansas River Valley, over the Mulberry Valley, and just a lizard on a rock, a bird on a tree. So just about every time there's something that is a memorable time from each hike, which is kind of surprising. You'd figure there'd be times where you go out and you might not see too much or see anything photo worthy, and nearly every time I go out, which entices me to go out more and more and more. So
tell us about this one.
This was one that I found, I guess it was probably about 2 years ago, and it wasn't too hard to know that there was a waterfall here. I looked at Google Earth and the topographic maps, and it was obvious that there was, a significant drop-off. There was a nice stream here, and so I basically, and it's really shadowed on Google Earth, and the shadow is like, just like right now, it's shadowed in here. And so you can really see that well on Google Earth, and it gives you an idea of where the big drop-offs are. So I came here and stumbled upon this. It was pretty much right where I expected it to be, which is usually the case. Immediately I saw the rock in the pool there, and part of the problem when you find a waterfall is, especially when you find a bunch, is naming, because most don't have names. Most don't have, there's no stream. This has no stream name. It flows into the Mulberry. That's all we know. And so this one, though, was pretty easy, and I just named it Sentinel Rock Falls, and that's kind of caught on.
Getting to our next waterfall, Bingham Hollow Falls, is child's play. Starting back out where we parked by the old Jeep Road, we simply crossed Low Bridge Road and headed downhill a couple hundred yards or so until we came up to the top of the falls. To get to the bottom of the falls, simply follow the bluff around to the right a couple hundred yards, down a somewhat trail which will eventually take you to the base and then under a bluff overhang. And if you continue walking, you'll end up behind the waterfall itself.
Bingham was actually the second significant waterfall I found. It's on Bingham Hollow, so I just named it Bingham Hollow Falls. This one is Sentinel Rock is about 51 feet. Bingham is about 50 feet. And it is right, you can hear the waterfall from the road, and the road's good. So if you're one of those people that, you don't want to hike 10 miles to a waterfall, which we have those obviously in Arkansas, but you want to see a waterfall, anybody can hike to this waterfall. I've taken little kids down there, and it's got a huge cavern behind it, an undercut, and it drops into a wonderful Australia-shaped pool, which I actually pondered naming it that for a while, Australia Falls, which you may see, you may be able to envision that or not. But Bingham and Sentinel are probably two of my favorites, and and Bingham is just so nice. I've been to Bingham so many times just because it's so easy to get to. It can be pouring down rain, and so you can get to the, behind the waterfall in, 3 to 5 minutes and take all the pictures you want and not have to worry about the rain.
So how did the name come about, the Bingham?
There's, on the maps, that hollow is actually called Bingham Hollow. And so if there's a place name that I can find, I'm always going to use that. And so I just applied Bingham Hollow, added on the falls. What's actually kind of funny is when I found it, I had already been in contact with Tim Ernst just a few days previously when I found White Oak Falls, which was the first fall that tipped me off to this waterfall on this certain bluff line. And as soon as I got home, I emailed him. And it turns out that same day, he came down and took a picture of it from when I emailed him. That same day he got there, because the next morning I went there and there were footprints there. And so I was like, oh my gosh, somebody knows about this waterfall. But it was actually Tim's footprints. He had been there the afternoon of the day I told him, because, that's how spectacular it is. He drove right down to take a picture of it.
And we had to do the same. Bingham Hollow Falls and Sentinel Rock Falls, two magnificent gems in the Ozark National Forest. If you'd like to see more of Brian M. Finger's waterfalls, go to his website, realclearweather.com. So explore Sentinel Rock Falls and Bingham Hollow Falls, north of Ozark in the Mulberry River region. And for more on this destination, plus the GPS coordinates, or to order a copy of an episode, visit our website, aetn.org/exploring-Arkansas. And we'll see you again the next time for another exciting adventure on Exploring Arkansas.